Alex had always been drawn to the stars. Since he was a child, he would spend hours staring up at the night sky, imagining what lay beyond the tiny specks of light. Now, as a skilled explorer and pilot, he was living the dream, navigating uncharted star systems in his sleek exploration vessel, the Horizon. Today, he was venturing into a star system that had just been discovered. Reports had hinted at strange energy readings from the outer planets, but no one had dared to explore too close. That was exactly why Alex had volunteered. The moment he entered the system, alarms blared on his ship. His console lit up with flashing red lights. "What now?" he muttered. His ship's sensors were picking up a gravitational pull far stronger than anything he had encountered. Before he could react, the ship shuddered violently, dragging him off course. Alex fought the controls, but the pull was too strong. Within moments, he realized his ship was being pulled toward an enormous planet, unlike anything he had ever seen. The surface shimmered with colors that seemed alive, as if the planet itself was breathing. Floating structures orbited around it, glimmering like massive crystals in space. He braced for impact, but instead of crashing, his ship was gently guided into a massive docking bay. The walls were made of a transparent material, revealing a breathtaking view of the planet below. The air shimmered faintly, and strange symbols glowed along the walls. Alex took a deep breath, feeling both awe and anxiety. Before he could exit his ship, a group of tall, armored aliens approached. They moved with precision and grace, their eyes glowing faintly with intelligence. Alex raised his hands, showing he meant no harm. "You are a human," one of them said in perfect English. His voice was calm yet carried authority. "You are coming with us." Alex nodded cautiously. "I don't know if I should—" "You will," the alien interrupted softly. "It is required." He had little choice. He followed the alien guards, his every step echoing in the vast, empty corridor of the palace. The palace was unlike anything Alex had seen. The walls were translucent, glowing softly with a spectrum of colors. Floating platforms connected different levels, moving silently as if guided by thought alone. Energy streams flowed along the ceilings like rivers of light, creating an atmosphere both majestic and slightly intimidating. Finally, they reached a large chamber. In the center, sitting upon a platform that seemed to float in mid-air, was a figure that stopped Alex's heart. The alien queen. She was taller than any human, with elegant limbs and skin that shimmered faintly like liquid metal. Her eyes glowed softly with a color that Alex could not describe, a mix of gold and green that seemed to see into his very soul. Alex swallowed hard. Hello," he said, unsure if words were even necessary here. The queen tilted her head slightly, studying him. Her gaze was piercing, yet strangely kind. "You are human. You have come far from your world." "Yes," Alex said carefully, trying to steady his voice. "I explore. I want to understand the universe." A small smile appeared on the queen's lips, and for a moment, Alex saw a hint of warmth in her otherwise regal demeanor. "Curiosity is rare," she said. "Even among humans, many are content to stay in their small worlds. You, however, have courage." Alex felt a flicker of pride. "I guess that's true," he said, trying to sound casual. "But I didn't expect to— He gestured at her. The palace, the floating platforms, unsure of how to express the wonder and fear he felt. The queen's smile widened slightly. "You are humble as well. These qualities may serve you well." She paused, her gaze turning distant. "I have a request for you. One that may seem unusual." Alex felt a twinge of anxiety. "I'll try to help if I can." From behind the queen, a smaller figure emerged. Alex's breath caught in his throat. A young alien girl, perhaps 12 or 13 by human standards, walked forward. She had soft features, large expressive eyes, and a faint glow surrounding her. Her movements were hesitant, almost shy, and her eyes flickered between curiosity and fear. "This is Lyra," the queen said, her voice gentle but firm. "She is my daughter. She has been isolated for most of her life due to delicate health. My people have ways to control her condition, but she is fragile in ways even I cannot explain fully to others." Alex stepped forward slightly, careful to show he meant no harm. I see," he said softly. "I'm honored, but I don't know what I can do." The queen's gaze softened. "I believe you can do what is most important. Protect her, guide her, teach her what it means to explore, to live, to understand beyond walls and rules. She needs a companion from your world, Someone who can show her gentleness, patience, and courage. Alex swallowed hard. The weight of her words hit him. You want me to… What exactly? Not to command, not to own, but to guide, the Queen said firmly. To protect, to teach. Lyra will trust you if you show her kindness. And when she trusts you, she will learn from you. Understand? You must be gentle with her, human. She is delicate, yes, but stronger than she seems in ways that may surprise you. Alex felt his heart race. A child's life, the life of an alien princess, was being entrusted to him. A human who had barely faced danger beyond the stars. He nodded slowly. I will do my best. The Queen's eyes shone faintly as if approving his promise. Good. Your journey begins tomorrow. Until then, rest. You will need your strength. As Alex was led to a small chamber, he felt a mix of fear and excitement. He had faced many unknowns in space, but nothing like this. He thought of Lyra, the princess. He wondered if she would be friendly or frightened. He wondered how different her world was from his own. And he wondered if he, a human, could live up to the trust placed upon him by a being as magnificent as the alien queen. The next morning, Alex was brought to a courtyard filled with exotic plants and shimmering pools of liquid that reflected light in impossible patterns. Lyra was already there, sitting quietly on a floating platform, her eyes fixed on a strange flower that pulsed with a soft glow. Good morning, Alex said gently, keeping his distance. I'm Alex. I'll be helping you today. Lyra's eyes flicked toward him. She said nothing. Instead, she studied him, tilting her head in curiosity. Alex smiled softly. I know you might be scared. I would be too if I were in your place, but I promise I only want to help. For a long moment, Lyra said nothing. Then slowly she extended a small hand toward him. Alex knelt slightly so he was at her level. He took her hand carefully. Her skin was cool, almost like crystal, and her fingers were delicate. You are gentle, she whispered, her voice barely audible. Like she said, Alex's heart swelled. I will be gentle, he promised. I'll always be gentle with you. And so began their first day together. Alex guided Lyra through simple exercises, walking along narrow energy bridges, touching the glowing plants to see their reactions, and even communicating with small, harmless creatures that fluttered around the courtyard. Each step was slow, careful, and filled with wonder. Lyra was hesitant at first, but she began to smile occasionally, her curiosity winning over her fear. By the end of the day, Alex felt a sense of accomplishment. Lyra had not run away, had not refused his guidance, and even laughed once when a tiny creature tickled her hand. It was a small victory, but significant. As night fell, Alex sat in his chamber reflecting on the day. The stars outside his window seemed familiar, yet alien at the same time. He thought of Lyra, of the trust placed in him by the alien queen, and of the journey that lay ahead. There would be challenges, dangers, and moments of doubt, but he felt ready. For the first time in his life, he realized that courage was not just about facing danger alone. It was about standing beside someone fragile and helping them find their own strength. Tomorrow, the real journey would begin. The morning sun spread across the palace courtyard in a soft glow, casting long reflections over the shimmering pools and exotic plants. Alex had barely slept, his mind racing with the responsibility the alien queen had placed on him. Today was the first real day of learning with Lyra, the alien princess he was to protect and guide. Lyra was already awake, sitting on a floating platform above a pool of softly glowing water. Her large eyes followed every movement of a small creature that hovered nearby, its wings shining like liquid glass. Alex approached slowly, careful not to startle her. Good morning, Lyra, he said softly. Did you sleep well? She didn't answer. Her eyes were wide, full of cautious curiosity. Alex knelt a little to be closer to her level. It's okay if you're nervous. I feel nervous too, he admitted. I'm not used to all this either. Lyra tilted her head slightly, watching him. Finally she said, You really came back, Alex smiled. Yes, I'm here. And I'll stay. I promise. For a long moment the two sat in silence, simply observing the floating plants and the tiny creatures buzzing around the courtyard. Alex realized that trust wouldn't come quickly with Lyra. She had been isolated for years, confined to the palace for her own safety, and now she was being asked to trust a human stranger. He had to be patient, I thought, Alex said gently. Maybe today we could start with something small, something easy. Just to get to know each other better. Lyra blinked. Small? Yes, Alex said. Small steps. Nothing too fast, just learning and playing together. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. Lyra's gaze softened slightly. She nodded, though cautiously. Alex saw the faint glow around her dim slightly, a sign that she was listening and not frightened. Their first exercise was simple. Alex led her to a pathway made of floating tiles, hovering a few inches above the ground. The tiles moved slightly as one stepped on them, requiring balance and careful movement. Hold my hand, Alex said. I'll help you. We'll do it together. Lyra hesitated. Her small hand hovered near his. Alex smiled reassuringly. It's okay. I won't let you fall. Finally, she placed her hand in his. Alex felt a strange warmth, not from her touch, but from the trust that began to form. Carefully, they stepped onto the first tile. It wobbled slightly, but Alex guided her smoothly. Step by step, they crossed the path. Lyra's initial fear gave way to cautious delight as she realized she could balance with his support. You didn't let me fall, she whispered, a small smile appearing on her face. I told you, Alex said. I'll always be gentle with you. Always. After the pathway exercise, Alex introduced her to the glowing plants in the courtyard. Some reacted to touch with bursts of light. Others emitted soft sounds when brushed gently. Lyra's eyes widened with fascination. Try touching it, Alex encouraged, pointing to a plant that glimmered like liquid silver. Lyra reached out tentatively. The plant responded with a cascade of sparkling lights. Her eyes widened in awe. It's alive, she breathed. Alex nodded. Just like your world. And just like you. But you have to learn how to control your energy, too. Small steps, remember? Lyra's glow flickered brighter than usual, as if the plant's reaction excited her. Alex noticed that she seemed more confident when she understood the cause and effect of her actions. The day passed with lessons in small doses. Alex taught her about balance, observation, and patience. He shared simple games that humans played as children, like tossing small energy orbs back and forth. At first, Lyra hesitated, unsure of how to interact. But slowly, her curiosity overcame her fear. Her laughter rang softly, a sound that made Alex's chest tighten with warmth. By midday, Alex noticed something unusual. Lyra's energy glow was dimmer than usual, and her movements had slowed. Concern filled his mind. Lyra, he said gently, are you feeling okay? She shook her head slightly, looking down. I feel tired. Alex knelt beside her. Do you want to rest? Or do you want me to help? She hesitated, then nodded. Alex led her to a soft platform suspended over one of the glowing pools. Its surface was cushioned, supporting her without pressure. She lay down, her large eyes staring at the sky above. You're safe here, Alex whispered. I'll stay. For a moment, Lyra's eyes softened and she leaned slightly against him. Alex felt a deep sense of responsibility. The alien queen had trusted him, and he would not fail. He stayed with her, speaking softly about distant stars, human stories, and adventures that awaited beyond the palace. Hours passed, and Lyra's energy slowly returned. She sat up, blinking at Alex. Thank you, she said softly. Alex smiled. You did well. You're stronger than you think. Lyra hesitated, then asked, do humans really explore like this? Yes, Alex said. We travel, we learn, we see new worlds. And sometimes we help others along the way. That's why I'm here, to help you. Her eyes glimmered with something new, interest. She wanted to understand this human, this world beyond her palace walls. Alex felt a thrill. This was the moment their trust had begun to grow. Later, Alex decided to take Lyra to one of the palace's observation towers. From there, she could see the alien city below, floating platforms stretching as far as the eye could see with energy streams flowing like rivers of light. Look, Alex said, pointing to the city. All of this. It's beautiful. But it's even better when you understand it. Lyra's eyes followed his gesture. It moves on its own? Alex nodded. Some of it does. But most of it moves because of the people and beings who live here, just like humans shape their cities. Lyra's gaze softened. And you want to show me? Yes, Alex said. I want to teach you. I want you to see everything. And I'll be gentle always. She nodded slowly, her large eyes fixed on his. For the first time, Alex felt that she truly trusted him. Not completely, but enough to begin learning and exploring. Their lessons continued through the afternoon. Alex introduced her to simple tools humans used: small energy spheres, basic navigation devices, and simple puzzles that encouraged problem-solving. Lyra's curiosity bloomed with each new experience. She asked questions constantly, and Alex answered with patience. By evening, the two sat together on a platform overlooking a sunset that painted the sky in shades no human had ever seen before. Lyra's glow pulsed softly as she spoke. "Do you like this world?" she asked. Alex looked at the horizon, then back at her. "It's amazing," he said. "But it's even more amazing because I'm sharing it with you." Lyra's small smile warmed him more than the alien sun ever could. For the first time, she reached for his hand without hesitation, a silent agreement that their journey together had truly begun. As night fell, the palace lights shimmered softly. Alex and Lyra returned to her chamber. He made sure she was comfortable, lying on a soft bed with glowing cushions. "Good night, Lyra," Alex said softly. "Tomorrow we'll explore a little more, step by step." "Good night, Alex," she replied, her voice calm and trusting. That night, Alex sat by the window of his room, staring at the alien stars. He thought about the day, the small victories, the laughter, and the trust that had begun to form. Protecting Lyra would be challenging, yes, but it would also be rewarding.
He had a rare opportunity to guide, to teach.
And to learn from someone entirely different from himself. He reflected on the Queen's words. Be gentle with her. At first he had thought it was simple advice. But now he realized it was more than that. Being gentle was not just about care, it was about patience, understanding, and respect. It was about helping Lyra grow while ensuring her safety. Tomorrow their lessons would continue. But Alex felt ready. With trust slowly building, he knew that they could face anything together. For the first time in his life, Alex understood that courage was not just about facing danger, it was about forming bonds, nurturing trust and guiding someone toward their own strength. And as he watched the alien stars shimmer, he smiled, knowing that his journey with Lyra had only just begun. The morning sun spread across the alien city in brilliant hues that shimmered off the crystal-like towers. Alex woke early as usual, thinking of the day ahead. Today, the Queen had agreed that Lyra could accompany him beyond the palace grounds for the first time. She had insisted it was safe, but Alex knew the galaxy was full of dangers. He found Lyra already awake, floating gently above the soft glow of the courtyard plants. Her eyes followed the tiny creatures buzzing above the glowing pools. Alex approached slowly, careful not to startle her. "Good morning, Lyra," he said softly. "Ready for today?" Lyra blinked, then nodded. I think so," Alex smiled. "That's enough. We'll take it slow. Remember small steps." They left the palace together, moving down corridors that led to the city gates. As they stepped outside, Lyra's large eyes widened in awe. The city stretched endlessly, with platforms and towers connected by glowing energy bridges. Alien beings moved gracefully along the streets, some walking, some floating, their appearances diverse and strange, yet beautiful. "Do they all live here?" Lyra whispered. "Yes," Alex said. "And they all have their own ways of doing things. Some are like humans, some are very different, but all of them have to live together peacefully." Lyra nodded, her attention caught by a hovering market stall that sold glowing fruits. Alex noticed her fascination and smiled. "We'll explore carefully. Stay close and remember I'm here to protect you." She reached for his hand. "I trust you," she said softly. Alex felt a surge of pride and responsibility. "Thank you, Lyra, that means a lot." They ventured further, leaving the palace behind. The city gradually gave way to the outskirts, where the terrain became rougher. Floating rocks hovered above energy streams that crisscrossed the land, and strange plants grew along jagged cliffs. The beauty was breathtaking, but Alex remained alert. "Why are we going so far?" Lyra asked, looking a little nervous. "To help you learn," Alex explained. "You need to understand your world beyond the palace. You need to see it, feel it, and learn to control your powers safely. And, well, we also need to know what dangers might be out here." Lyra's eyes flickered, the faint glow around her pulsing slightly. She had always been isolated, and every new step was a challenge. But Alex's presence made her feel safer than she had ever felt. As they walked along a narrow energy bridge connecting two cliffs, Alex noticed movement ahead. Small, shadowy figures were approaching from the distance. He squinted, his instincts alert. "Lyra," he whispered, lowering his voice. "Stay close to me. Do not move too fast and keep calm." Lyra's hand tightened around his. What are they?" Alex shook his head. "I'm not sure yet. But stay behind me." The figures moved closer. As they got near, Alex realized they were scouts, members of a rival alien faction, their armor dark and jagged with glowing red eyes. Their expressions were unreadable, but their movements were aggressive. "They've noticed us," Alex whispered. "We need to get to cover." Lyra's glow pulsed nervously, and Alex knew that if she panicked, her powers might flare uncontrollably. He carefully guided her to a nearby rock formation, crouching low behind it. The scouts moved quickly, scanning the area. Alex whispered instructions to Lyra, keeping her calm. "Follow my lead. Stay quiet. Watch me." They waited silently as the scouts approached, their shadows stretching across the glowing terrain. One scout lifted its weapon, scanning for heat signatures. Alex held his breath, knowing that if they were discovered, escaping would be difficult. But then Alex remembered something. Humans were clever in unexpected ways. He reached into his pack and pulled out a small device, a portable energy disruptor. With careful precision, he activated it, sending a pulse of energy that temporarily scrambled the scout's sensors. "What did you do?" Lyra whispered. "I tricked them," Alex said softly. "Humans are good at thinking fast. Now follow me." They moved quickly along a narrow path, using the rocks and energy streams for cover. The scouts recovered quickly and began pursuing them, but Alex was prepared. He guided Lyra over floating rocks, across small gaps, and through hidden passages that only someone observant could find. Lyra's confidence began to grow as she followed Alex's lead. Her faint glow pulsed steadily now, showing she was controlling her fear. "Good job," Alex whispered. "You're doing well." Finally, they reached a hidden cave partially shielded by natural rock formations and energy barriers. Alex checked the surroundings. "We're safe here for now," he said. Lyra sank to the ground, breathing heavily. They were trying to capture me?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Yes," Alex said gently, "but you stayed calm. You trusted me. That's what saved us." Lyra's eyes softened as she looked at him. I don't want to be afraid anymore." "You won't be," Alex said firmly. "I'll be here. We'll face danger together." They rested for a while, sharing a small meal Alex had brought. Lyra's curiosity returned as they talked quietly. She asked about human worlds, about Alex's travels, and about his life before meeting her. Alex answered with patience, knowing that every story helped her understand both humans and trust. After some time, Alex suggested they continue their journey. "We need to reach a safe zone where you can practice your powers without danger," he explained. "It's important that you learn to control them." Lyra nodded. I'm ready." They moved carefully through the alien terrain, approaching a secluded training area hidden within a canyon. Here, the energy fields were stable, and no outsiders could see them. Alex showed Lyra simple exercises to control her powers, moving energy spheres, concentrating her glow, and learning to regulate her energy bursts. At first, Lyra struggled. Her hands would shake, her glow would flare uncontrollably, and she would grow frustrated. But Alex remained patient, offering encouragement and gentle guidance. "Try again," he said softly. "Take a deep breath. Focus on the flow, not the power." Lyra followed his instructions, and slowly her control improved. Her glow became steady and her movements more precise. Alex watched with pride. "You're amazing," he said. "See? You're stronger than you think." Lyra smiled faintly, a sense of accomplishment brightening her eyes. I can do it," Alex nodded. "Yes, and remember, it's not just about power. It's about control, patience, and understanding. That's how humans survive out there. That's how you'll survive." As the day passed, Alex and Lyra faced small challenges, balancing on moving platforms, navigating energy fields, and observing the behavior of alien creatures. Each success built Lyra's confidence, and each failure was met with Alex's calm support. But their day wasn't over. As they prepared to leave the training area, a sudden alarm echoed through the canyon. Alex's instincts screamed danger. "Stay close," he said, drawing his portable energy disruptor. A large scout vehicle emerged from the canyon entrance, carrying several hostile aliens. They had tracked Lyra's movements and now intended to capture her. Alex quickly assessed the situation. "We can't fight them head-on," he whispered. We need a plan. Lyra's eyes glimmered nervously. What do we do? We use what we've learned, Alex said. You control your energy. I'll distract them. Together we can escape. Alex triggered a series of small energy pulses from his device, confusing the scout's sensors. Lyra focused her energy, creating a soft but bright shield around them. The scouts fired, but the shield absorbed the blasts. Alex guided her through a series of evasive movements, using the terrain to their advantage. Step by step, they moved deeper into the canyon, avoiding the scouts and gradually gaining distance. Lyra's control improved with each passing moment, her confidence growing as she realized she could contribute to their escape. Finally, they reached a hidden path leading to the safety of the palace outskirts. The scouts had lost track of them, and the immediate danger had passed. Lyra collapsed to the ground, exhausted but smiling. You were amazing, Alex said, kneeling beside her. We did it together. Lyra looked at him, her large eyes shining. I couldn't have done it without you. Alex smiled. And I couldn't have done it without you. That's what trust is, Lyra. You have to believe in yourself and in those who care for you. As they made their way back to the palace, Alex reflected on the day. Lyra had faced her first real danger outside the palace, and she had done so with courage and intelligence. He felt a deep sense of pride and responsibility. The queen had entrusted him with her daughter, and he had kept her safe. When they returned, the queen awaited them, her expression calm but expectant. She studied Lyra and Alex carefully. You have returned safely, she said, and you have both learned much today. Lyra nodded, her faint glow steady. I learned to trust, she said softly. The queen's eyes softened. And that is the greatest lesson of all. Trust, courage, and understanding. These are what will carry you forward. Alex felt a sense of relief and accomplishment. Today had been difficult, dangerous, and exhausting, but it had also been a turning point. Lyra had begun to grow stronger, and their bond had deepened. That night, Alex and Lyra sat together in the palace courtyard, watching the alien stars shimmer. Lyra leaned slightly against him, a silent gesture of trust and comfort. Tomorrow, Alex said softly, we'll continue learning, step by step together. Lyra smiled faintly. Together. And for the first time, Alex felt that no matter what dangers lay beyond, they would face them side by side. The palace was alive with quiet energy the next morning, the glow of crystal towers reflecting off the floating platforms as Alex and Lyra prepared for another day of lessons. Their journey outside the palace had changed something between them. Lyra now approached each exercise with more confidence, and Alex noticed her curiosity blossoming like a flower in the alien light. Good morning, Lyra, Alex said with a gentle smile. Are you ready for today? Lyra nodded. Yes, I think I am. Alex led her to the observation tower, a platform high above the city. From here, the city stretched endlessly, a maze of glowing pathways and hovering structures. Lyra's eyes widened as she absorbed the sight. It's so big, she whispered. So many people. Yes, Alex said softly. And every one of them has their own life, their own thoughts, their own story. You're a part of this world now, too, and you're learning how to live in it. Lyra's glow flickered, a subtle sign of excitement. And I want to understand it. That's the first step, Alex said. Curiosity is the key to learning, and today, we're going to take a bigger step. He guided her to a small, hovering craft, shaped like a sleek pod that allowed them to move above the city safely. Lyra hesitated as she stepped in, but Alex held her hand. I'll be right here, he said. Nothing will hurt you as long as we work together. The craft lifted smoothly, gliding above the glowing streets. Below them, citizens went about their day, some glancing at the unusual pair with curiosity. Lyra leaned forward, fascinated, as Alex pointed out landmarks and explained the functions of the city. This city, Alex said, is built to survive, to thrive, and to protect its people. But sometimes even the most secure places have threats. That's why it's important to know your world and to understand how to defend it. Lyra nodded, listening intently. I understand. Their exploration was interrupted by a sudden alert. Red signals flashed on the craft's console. Alex's heart skipped a beat. Something's wrong, he murmured. Below them, a group of unknown ships had entered the city's outer perimeter. They moved swiftly and with purpose. Alex squinted. The ships bore the insignia of a rival faction, one that had been a quiet threat for years. "They're scouting," Alex said. "They could be planning an attack." Lyra's glow brightened with tension. We have to stop them?" Alex shook his head. "Not alone. But we can gather information. See what they're doing. Knowledge is the first step to protection." He guided the craft closer, staying just outside the enemy's sensor range. Using his human ingenuity, Alex tapped into a portable hacking device intercepting communications between the ships. He listened carefully, translating the alien chatter into comprehensible patterns. "They're planning a strike on one of the energy bridges," Alex explained. "If they succeed, parts of the city could be cut off and people could be trapped." Lyra looked worried, her glow flickering. "What can we do?" "We gather information and report to the Queen," Alex said. "But first we need to observe closely, step by step, remember?" Lyra nodded, focusing her energy to expand her perception. She could sense the emotions of the enemy pilots, fear, aggression, and overconfidence. Alex marveled at her ability, realizing how useful it could be in guiding strategy. With Lyra's insight and his human ingenuity, they mapped the enemy movements, predicting where the strike would occur. Alex guided the craft carefully, ensuring they remained unseen. Finally, they returned to the palace, presenting their findings to the Queen. Her expression was serious but calm. "You have done well," she said. "Not only have you protected my daughter, but you have also provided valuable intelligence. Humans are clever in ways we often underestimate." Alex felt a surge of pride. "Thank you, Your Majesty." Lyra helped too. She sensed their intentions. The Queen's eyes softened as she looked at Lyra. "Yes, she is growing stronger. And it is because of your guidance. Trust is a powerful teacher, human. You are learning and she is learning." Lyra blushed slightly, feeling both proud and shy under the Queen's gaze. She looked at Alex and smiled faintly. The day continued with more exercises designed to help Lyra adapt to the outside world. They practiced moving through energy fields, navigating floating platforms, and interacting with different alien species. Alex encouraged her, reminding her to focus, to trust herself, and to control her powers. During one exercise, a small creature ran toward them, seemingly frightened. Lyra instinctively raised her hands and a soft shield of energy formed around them, protecting both herself and Alex. The creature stopped, sensing no danger, and scurried away. "See?" Alex said, smiling. "You're learning. You're in control." Lyra nodded, her glow steady. I can do this." As evening approached, the Queen summoned them to the palace gardens. The gardens were a magnificent display of alien flora, with plants that shimmered and changed color in response to touch. "You have done well," the Queen said, addressing both of them. "Lyra, you are learning to balance your strength with patience. And Alex, you are proving that humans can teach through compassion and understanding, not just force." Alex bowed respectfully. "Thank you, Your Majesty. But it is Lyra who is truly remarkable. She learns quickly and with courage." The Queen's eyes shone with approval. "And that is why I trust you both. The bond you are forming bridges two worlds, human and alien. It is rare and it is precious. You must continue to nurture it." Lyra approached Alex, her hand brushing against his. I want to learn more. I want to understand everything." Alex smiled warmly. "And I'll help you. Step by step, day by day. You're doing amazing, Lyra. Don't forget that." That night, as they sat in the palace courtyard watching the alien stars, Alex reflected on the day. Lyra had faced challenges, learned to control her powers, and gained confidence in herself. The Queen had acknowledged their progress, and Alex realized the importance of their bond. He spoke softly. "You know, Lyra, courage isn't just about fighting. It's about learning, growing, and trusting. And today you've shown all of that." Lyra smiled faintly, leaning slightly against him. I trust you, Alex. You make me feel safe." Alex's heart swelled. "And I will always keep you safe, Lyra. That's my promise." The palace was quiet, the stars above shimmering with endless possibilities. Alex knew that tomorrow would bring new challenges, perhaps even dangers greater than today, but he felt ready. Together, he and Lyra had bridged the gap between human and alien, forming a partnership that could withstand trials and uncertainty. As the night deepened, Alex thought about the Queen's words. It is rare and it is precious. Nurture it. He understood now that the trust and courage they had built were not just lessons for Lyra, they were lessons for him as well. Humans had something unique to offer, and by guiding Lyra, he was proving that compassion, intelligence, and bravery could make a difference in worlds far beyond Earth. Tomorrow, they would face more challenges. But tonight, Alex felt a sense of peace knowing that they were not alone. Together, human and alien, teacher and student, protector and princess, they were stronger than either could be alone, and somewhere deep inside, Alex knew that this bond would be tested again soon in ways he could not yet imagine. But with trust, patience, and courage, he believed they would overcome whatever lay ahead. Lyra's soft glow illuminated the courtyard as she rested beside him, her presence a quiet reassurance. Alex closed his eyes, allowing himself a rare moment of calm. He had faced danger, guided Lyra, and built trust, and for the first time he felt that he truly belonged, not just in this alien world, but in the journey that lay ahead. The stars above seemed to shine a little brighter that night, as if acknowledging the courage, growth, and connection between two beings from different worlds. And so, with hope, trust, and determination, Alex and Lyra prepared for the next chapter of their journey together, a journey that would test their strength, their wisdom, and the bond they had forged in the glow of alien light. The palace was quieter than usual that morning, the crystal towers reflecting a soft light across the floating platforms. Alex could feel the tension in the air, a subtle vibration that told him something important was about to happen. He found Lyra already awake, hovering gently in the palace garden, her glow soft but steady. "Good morning, Lyra," he said softly. "Are you ready?" Lyra looked at him, her large eyes reflecting both curiosity and determination. "Yes," she said. I feel ready today," Alex nodded. "Today is special. The Queen has asked us to accompany her to a ceremony. It's a way to test your abilities, your courage, and the bond we've built." Lyra's eyes widened slightly. "A test?" "Yes," Alex said. "But remember, it's not just about power. It's about trust, understanding, and working together. Step by step, like always," she nodded, her faint glow pulsing with excitement. Alex guided her to a sleek hovering craft that awaited them outside the palace. As they lifted into the air, the city below shimmered like a sea of lights, each glow a story, a life, a world intertwined with theirs. The Queen was waiting in a grand plaza at the city's center, surrounded by council members, advisors, and representatives from nearby territories. The atmosphere was formal yet charged with expectation. "Alex," the Queen said, her voice calm but commanding, "you have guided my daughter well. Today you will demonstrate the bond you have formed and the strength you have both gained." Lyra looked at her mother nervously. I will try," she said softly. "You already have," the Queen replied. "But courage must be proven in action. Today you will face a challenge that requires all you have learned." Alex placed a reassuring hand on Lyra's shoulder. "We'll face it together," he whispered, "step by step." The Queen gestured to a large energy portal that shimmered at the plaza's center. "Through that portal lies a simulation," she explained. "It will test your ability to work together, to navigate danger, and to protect one another. Do not underestimate it." Lyra's glow pulsed with nervous energy, but she nodded. I understand," Alex took her hand. "We can do this together." The portal shimmered, enveloping them in a soft light that transported them to a vast landscape. The terrain was alien and unpredictable, with floating rocks, shifting platforms, and streams of energy flowing unpredictably. The simulation was designed to challenge perception, agility, and control. "Stay close," Alex whispered. "Remember what we've practiced." They began moving through the landscape, carefully navigating platforms and energy streams. At first, the challenges were simple, testing their balance and coordination. Lyra's confidence grew with each successful step, her glow steady and controlled. Then suddenly, the simulation intensified. Floating platforms shifted more rapidly, energy streams surged unpredictably, and holographic creatures appeared, moving with speed and precision. Alex realized the simulation was testing not only their skills but their trust in each other. "Lyra," he said, "focus on my voice. We'll move together. Trust me." Lyra nodded, her hands gripping his tightly. Her glow pulsed as she concentrated, sensing the energy patterns around them. Step by step, they moved in sync, avoiding hazards and predicting the movements of the holographic creatures. One particularly large creature lunged toward them, Lyra instinctively raised her hands, forming a glowing shield. The creature struck, but the shield held, and Alex guided her through the impact, helping her maintain control. "You're doing perfectly," he whispered. "Keep going." As they advanced, the simulation presented a narrow bridge suspended over a glowing chasm. The bridge wobbled violently, and the holographic creatures surged from both sides. Lyra froze for a moment, her glow flickering with fear. "Lyra," Alex called gently. "Look at me. Trust yourself. Trust us." Her eyes met his, and in that instant something shifted. She took a deep breath, steadying her glow, and followed Alex across the bridge, moving in harmony with him. Together they reached the other side, the creatures dissolving as the simulation recognized their success. Lyra's chest rose and fell as she smiled faintly. "We did it," Alex smiled proudly. "Yes, we did." Step by step, the simulation shifted once more, presenting a final challenge. A large energy vortex that threatened to engulf the landscape. Alex and Lyra had to coordinate perfectly to navigate through it. The vortex pulsed with unpredictable energy, forcing Lyra to focus entirely on her control and intuition. "You can do this," Alex encouraged. "I'm right here, together." Lyra's glow expanded, steady and bright. She concentrated, manipulating her energy to stabilize the vortex enough to allow their safe passage. Alex guided her movements, making small adjustments and offering calm reassurance. Finally, with a surge of combined effort, they emerged from the vortex. The simulation dissipated, leaving them standing in a serene, glowing landscape. Lyra's glow shone brightly, a reflection of her confidence, skill, and the trust she now had in Alex. The Queen appeared beside them, her expression proud. "You have done exceptionally well," she said. "Lyra, you have shown courage, control, and wisdom beyond your years. And Alex, you have guided her with patience, understanding, and strength. Together, you embody the bond I hope to see." Lyra turned to Alex, her eyes shimmering. "We did it together." "Yes," he said softly. "Always together," the Queen nodded. "It is time for the final step. Alex, I entrust my daughter to you. Guide her, protect her, and help her grow. Be gentle, as I instructed, but also strong, for the world is vast and full of challenges." Alex felt a wave of responsibility and honor wash over him. "I promise, Your Majesty. I will protect her and guide her. I will be there for her, step by step." Lyra looked up at him, her glow pulsing softly. I trust you, Alex, I know you will." The Queen placed a hand on Lyra's shoulder. "Remember, trust is the foundation of strength. Together you can face anything." With that, the ceremony concluded. Citizens and advisors watched in awe as the human and alien princess stood together, a symbol of unity and courage. The Queen's words echoed in Alex's mind. "Be gentle with her." He understood now that gentleness was not weakness. It was wisdom, patience, and respect. It was the bond that had allowed Lyra to grow into her strength. As night fell, Alex and Lyra returned to the palace garden. The alien stars shimmered above, casting soft light across the floating platforms and glowing plants. Lyra leaned slightly against him, a silent gesture of trust and comfort. "Alex," she said softly, "thank you for everything, for being patient, for teaching me, for staying by my side." Alex smiled, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "It was my honor, Lyra. You've grown stronger than I could have imagined, and I've learned as much from you as you have from me." She looked up at him, her large eyes shining. "Do you think I'll be ready for the world outside?" "Yes," Alex said firmly. "You are ready. And remember, you're never alone. We face it together." Lyra's glow pulsed softly, a sign of calm and trust. "Together," she whispered. The Queen appeared once more, observing them from a distance. She nodded, her expression serene and proud. The bond between human and alien had been tested, forged, and proven strong. It was rare, precious, and powerful, a bridge between two worlds. That night, Alex and Lyra sat under the alien stars, reflecting on the journey they had taken. They had faced fears, learned courage, and built a bond that no danger could break. The palace was quiet, the city below alive with soft glows and distant movement. Alex spoke softly. "You know, Lyra, courage isn't just about fighting. It's about trust, understanding, and learning. Today you've shown all of that." Lyra smiled faintly, leaning slightly against him. I understand now." And I trust you, Alex. You make me feel safe. Alex felt a surge of warmth and responsibility. And I will always keep you safe. That's my promise. The stars above shimmered, reflecting the light of a bond forged in trust, courage, and patience. Alex knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, he and Lyra would face them together. Their journey was just beginning, but the foundation had been laid. Together, human and alien, teacher and student, protector and princess, they were stronger than either could be alone. And in that quiet, glowing palace garden, Alex realized that he had found something extraordinary, a connection that transcended worlds, a trust that could weather any storm, and a promise that would guide them through every challenge to come. The Queen's words echoed softly in his mind. Be gentle with her. Gentle? Yes, but also courageous, wise, and steadfast. That was the lesson Alex would carry with him forever. And with that, the night settled over the palace, calm and peaceful, a promise of new adventures, new discoveries, and a future bright with trust, courage, and the bond of two worlds brought together by patience, understanding, and heart.